A frustrating weekend for Robert Morris comes to an end on Saturday evening with a 3-1 Air Force victory. The Falcons sweep the two-game set by identical scores. I'm Matt Gajtka. This is your RMU Rink Report from just outside Colorado Springs, Colorado. Well, things were on a good track early on. Jake Coleman scored a deflection power play goal just a handful of minutes into Saturday's game, and RMU was in position. But Air Force struck back to tie the score before the end of the first period, converting a 2-on-1, and then really what ended up being a fortunate bounce for the Falcons on a late second period power play ended up providing the difference. RMU was oh so close to breaking out of its road slump, now at 3 losses in a row away from the RMU Island Sports Center. But the Colonials just could not find a goal, including on a late third period power play in which the Colonials pulled goaltender Francis Murat for the extra attacker. 2 or 3 chances, the puck bouncing around the crease, but all RMU could muster was one on this evening.
Well, I mean, it was hard. We were missing, obviously, Jake Coleman. That provides a lot of energy. Scored the first goal, but the guys' spirits were good. They stayed together, but they just got to make sure at the end of the day that results-based business, and we've got to get results. You could say the effort was great, but we still got the loss. We got to build on it. We got to give that effort and get a W with it.
Even though Air Force scored the winner on the power play, the Colonial special teams were really the positive story of the weekend for the visitors here. RMU again got a power play goal for the second consecutive game here at Air Force, and also killed off 4 of 5, including a 2-minute, 2-man advantage for Air Force late in the first period, part of Jake Coleman's major penalty that ended up putting the Colonials on their heels for a bit in this game. But after not putting forth their best performance in Friday's loss, that left junior defenseman Alex Robert a little bit measured in his praise for the team's performance in the rematch, saying that 5-on-5 remains a concern.
The first game, I think we really didn't give it our all. We didn't play a complete 60 minutes, and that showed. Tonight we came out with a little better effort, and we just got to bear down. We're on a little bit of a slump, and we got to stay positive. We can't be down on ourselves, and we got to keep on shooting pucks, and eventually they're going to go in. And then we just got to turn things around before playoffs start.
It ended up being an overall very solid weekend from junior goalie Francis Murat, who allowed just 2 goals in each of these games. He stopped 26 shots on Saturday, including a few from right at the top of his crease as Air Force tried to extend its lead in the second and third periods. He made all the stops he needed to make to keep the Colonials in position to come back, but it was not to be. RMU has now lost 9 of 11 overall, but the good news is that the Colonials will return home to the Island Sports Center next weekend, where they host league foe Sacred Heart Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturday at 4 o'clock. Go to rmucolonials.com for ticket information as the Colonials head into their final 8 games of the regular season. One last time, signing off from the Rocky Mountain State, this is Matt Gajtka.